You can order the exhaust manifold used in the video on the CarParts.com website via the link in the description. Turn your engine off and set the parking brake. Loosen the stud bolts on the front wheels. Lift the front of your vehicle. We strongly suggest watching our video on how to jack your Ford F150 safely before carrying out this step. Place the vehicle on the jack stands. In order to change the exhaust manifold on your vehicle, you will need to take off the wheels to have full access. Don't forget to put the wheels under the vehicle. The exhaust manifolds are the connecting parts between the engine and the catalytic converters. As such, to be able to remove the exhaust manifold, you need to remove the catalytic converter. To do so, we recommend watching the video, How to Replace the Catalytic Converter 2009 to 2014 Ford F150. To access the exhaust manifold's mounting screws, you need to remove the mudguard. Using a fork, remove the two mudguard retaining rivets. Then, using a flathead screwdriver, remove the retaining clips from the various parts clipped to the mudguard. Using a ratchet and a 5.5mm socket, remove the 3 screws attaching the mudguard to the fender. Using a Phillips screwdriver, unscrew the 2 mudflap retaining screws, then remove the mudguard. You now have access to the 4 upper retaining nuts of the exhaust manifold. Brush off the nuts and spray them with penetrating oil. Hey, it's Alex from CarParts.com. If you enjoyed this video and want to support us, like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, back to work. Using a ratchet and a 13mm socket, unscrew the exhaust manifold's upper retaining nuts from the engine. In some cases, the nut will come out with the exhaust manifold bolt. To remove the exhaust manifold bolt, use a ratchet and a 5mm socket. Then, using a ratchet and a 13mm socket, unscrew the exhaust manifold's other 2 retaining nuts. Now you need to remove the exhaust manifold heat shield. To do this, unscrew the 3 bolts using a ratchet, an extender, and a 10mm socket. Then, remove the heat shield. You now have better access for unscrewing the exhaust manifold's 4 lower retaining nuts using a ratchet, an extender, and a 13mm socket. Some screws are difficult to access and require you to slide under the vehicle. Before removing the last 2 nuts, we advise you to replace one of the upper bolts in order to prevent the exhaust manifold from falling. Once the last lower retaining nut has been removed, you can unscrew the upper bolt holding the exhaust manifold in place. Remove the 2 metal gaskets. You can now extract the exhaust manifold from under the vehicle. If you want to know which tools and parts we use in this video, just check the description and you'll find everything you need. Prepare for the installation of the new exhaust manifold by plugging the exhaust outlet holes with paper towels. Then, using a piece of fine sandpaper, clean the surface of the engine that supports the exhaust manifold. Remove the paper towels. You can order the exhaust manifold used in the video on the CarParts.com website via the link in the description. It is important to put in new threaded rods and retaining nuts on the exhaust manifold because they are not reusable. Screw the new threaded rods into the engine block until they are tight. Take the metal gaskets and put them in place on the threaded rods. Take the new exhaust manifold and insert it from under the vehicle. Then, position it on the new threaded rods. Put the retaining nuts in place by hand to hold the assembly together. You can purchase the parts we used here by visiting our website at CarParts.com. Once in place, retighten the 8 retaining nuts with the ratchet. Replace the heat shield on the exhaust manifold. Then, retighten its 3 retaining bolts. You can now reinstall the catalytic converter. To do so, we recommend watching the video, How to Replace the Catalytic Converter 2009 to 2014 Ford F150. Replace the mudguard and the mud flap. Then, you will be able to put the wheels back on your vehicle. Put the car back on the ground and block the wheels properly. Operation complete.